Hello and welcome to my workspace. I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and in this video I would like to show you how to do another spiral chain modification. Now, there are two weaves that I loosely call double spiral. There's this one that we covered in a different tutorial that I think I'll put the link up there. It should be popping up now. If you want to go check out how to do this. But then this one I call doubled spiral. So it's really kind of double spiral and then doubled spiral. This one is basically, it's just like a regular spiral chain, but if you can see in there, we're doing 2 rings where every one would go. So I'm going to give you a kind of quick go over on how to weave spiral in this manner, because I do have a different tutorial out there for how to weave just single ring spiral chain, but this one, if this is the first chainmail weave that you're stumbling across and you want to make this, then I'm going to start it to where you don't have to have any prerequisite experience. But if you do want, maybe this is difficult for you or you don't have the right ring size, maybe go over and check out my other spiral chain tutorial. So that's enough chit chat, let's get started. Here I am using 18 gauge 1/4 inch bright aluminum rings that I've coiled and cut myself, and I've opened up 22 of them, well 20 of them, and then closed 2. So the way we're going to start this weave is I'm going to take one open and I'm going to hook the 2 closed onto that one open, and then carefully give it a nice good closure. And then holding on to that one that I just added, I'm going to add a second ring, just like so, and close it. So here we have our rings set up like this, holding on to 2 with these 2 here, and I'm going to thread not like this. That's just making what would be called a 2-2 chain. Holding the rings like this, you can see there's a very small, let me use a pointing tool here, there's a very small hole right there, boop, 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 that you'll be able to thread your rings through. So, just like that, to where I'm going to close it, and then I can turn and you can see it's hooked through all 4 of them, just like that. And now let us take another open ring and thread it through just like that, and close it. Now from here, this is very similar to the other spiral chain pattern, in that you're going to want your rings to be stacked. So here you can see these 2 are sitting on top of those 2, on top of those 2. If it were turned like this, it just doesn't quite lay properly, so you want it, this is what the desired shape we're working towards. And so from here, you can see there's those 2 rings and those 2 rings, and there's a little opening just right there. I'm going to thread right through that and close that ring. And then I'm going to rethread back through. Now it does take a little bit more of an open and airy ring to achieve this. If I were using a smaller internal diameter, it would be very, very tight and difficult to get everything in there, and different ring sizes have different appearances as well. So you might enjoy the look of a larger ring, or you might enjoy the look of a smaller ring. So feel free to experiment. It's the spice of life. But and kind of, you know, see what you like. This is just the ring size I'm using for the tutorial, so you're in no way limited to the ring size or colors that I'm using. Now here, this is the shape that we're dealing with. And again, you want it to be stacked on itself. You don't want this one to be turned around. That is incorrect. Correct is where it's continued to stack. And so what we're going to be doing then is coming in, there's these two rings, and then these two. So we're just going to hook through right there, just like that, and close it. And now we're going to weave another ring through that same spot that we just wove through. And close it. And so here you can see it starting to repeat itself in a visible way. And it's also, now it's much easier to see once we get that fifth set of rings on. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of rings. It becomes much easier to keep them all spaced equidistantly. So now it's, once you get past that first point, it's now going to be a lot easier for you to just see the whole thread through. And then just keep on weaving. So there we did the one ring. Now we're going to do the second ring, just right through like that. That's what it looks like from the back side, if that's helpful to you at all. And we're going to close it. And then we just continue weaving along like this. I really enjoy this design because you don't have to worry about it coming untwisted as much as you do the regular single spiral chain. With that one, if you don't have both ends bound, then it doesn't really hold its spiral, and it can have a tendency to just look like a jumble of rings. And I'm just continuing on weaving here. I wanted to finish up all the rings that I had open, for you to be able to see how it takes shape and repeats its pattern. And as I go, you can see it just lays like that. You can twist it up tighter into its design. And we're just, that's our target area right there. And you can weave this to be however short or long as you like. I think I may actually make a pair of earrings out of this that I'm weaving right now. Like, I might make one to match it. Because some folks might like a bulkier earring. I mean, the aluminum keeps it really lightweight, but I have a friend who has very dark, thick, curly hair, and so something that's a little bit bolder in size like this and being dangly would really like contrast and pop against her lovely dark hair. So there we go, just adding on our last couple of rings and closing it. And now to finish this bracelet, or if it were a bracelet or an earring or what have you, what I would do is I would add in a smaller ring. This is a 16 gauge 3/16, or 18 gauge 3/16, sorry. And I would thread through just like I'm continuing the design, but that smaller ring gives it a tapered off effect. And that is what I would attach my ear wire or my clasp to. So I'm going to close that. And so yeah, you can kind of see the shape. I mean, it does still look a little nicer when it's twisted, but even without being twisted, it still has a very nice kind of shape and movement going on.
Thanks y'all for watching this tutorial with me. I hope it was helpful to you. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, you know how to contact me. And if you don't, my email is backtoearthcreations@yahoo.com, or you can just leave a message down there in the comment area, or send me a private message, or find me on Facebook. Just however you feel like asking
a question, I'm open on most mediums, like of social media. So, but yeah, that was pretty fun. But yeah, feel free to experiment with different color combinations and possibly adding in beads. Like as an earring, this would be really cute to have like a little dangly hanging down or something. If you enjoy my free tutorials and would like to support my work both here at my workbench as well as out in the garden, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. There's a link down in the comment area, but as incentive for just $1 a month, I do a raffle where one of my patrons will win a hand-sculpted fairy house. Now this one isn't really a house, it's more of like I wanted to do like a quartz crystal Stonehenge candle holder sphere base. It's art, it's whatever you want it to be, but I made it and it could be yours for just $1. So please go over and check out what we've got going on there. Even if you can't donate, please like it and share it with your friends, because maybe, you know, maybe they have $1. So, but the proceeds go towards not just the production of these videos, but whenever I teach at conventions, I lead hands-on workshops on both wire wrapping and chainmail, and the attendees who show up get to use all of my tools and materials for free, and they get whatever they make, they get to take home with them. So that's really nice that your contributions will be supporting the artisan education of anybody who's interested. So that's pretty cool. I hope y'all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys around. Happy crafting.